Absolutely, Melanie, and relief really is the word. We are with Jeremy and his son, Dustin, out here, junior here. I'm going to start with you, Dustin. Walk us back to this morning. You actually believe you saw the shooter and you heard those gunshots. What happened there?
So I seen the shooter before he even got to the art classroom. He was wearing a trench coat and big boots. And then after that, like shortly after that, I made it to the restroom. I heard the fire alarm go off. And then after that, we heard 3 gunshots and no one moved. But then, like, shortly after, there was more shots, and then the teacher screamed at us to run. And it was, like, right by us, too, because, like, where we were at behind the school. And then we started running. Everyone was scattering, and then people were, like, tripping. Some girl almost got trampled. And then I cut it right into someone's yard and took 2 people with me to make sure they got over the fence safe.
How do you know it was gunshots? Describe that sound for people out there watching.
It was just 3 pops, like, you know, a gunshot. But it wasn't a shotgun shot. It sounded like a pistol shot. And there were like 3 back-to-back shots that I heard at first.
Dustin, you went through quite the ordeal this morning. Looking back at the past few hours, what are you feeling like right now?
I feel like, you know, people should, you know, watch people more, make sure that they're okay and talk to them. You know, because this kid that I used to talk to, the shooter himself, and he used to not seem like he'd do that. Like he'd just snap out of nowhere. But you know.
Yeah, and without identifying him, just tell us a little bit about who you believe the shooter is and the fact that he may have been bullied. Is that correct, what I'm hearing from you guys?
Yes, sir. The coaches would bully him and call him names, and he just didn't have a lot of friends either. And then I believe one of the victims that he shot bullied him too.
And Jeremy, I'm going to bring you into the conversation because this is a phone call that no parent ever wants to receive. Walk me back to when your girlfriend calls you. What is she telling you that is happening? You're down at work in Freeport, is that correct?
Yeah, she texted me, you know, and I looked at my phone. She said, I'm going to pick up Dustin. Somebody shot up the school, and I was like, you know, I thought maybe it might have been false alarm like the last one we had, and then I started getting text messages, hey, is Dustin okay? And I was like, oh, wow, you know, and then I told my boss, I was like, dude, I got to go. I got to leave. You know, my son's school got shot up, and I got to the parking lot, and I started calling people, and I realized it was real, and I was like, oh, my God, you know, but I'd already known that, you know, Dustin called her from a safe location. She was on her way to go pick him up. So, you know, I just didn't know the extent of what happened, you know, and I was just coming home, just thinking, it's crazy, you know, you never think it's going to happen to you, you know, until it does. And
Jeremy, take our viewers back to that moment where you see your son for the first time after you got that phone call. What happens?
Well, you know, I seen him, you know, I wanted to make sure he was okay. I asked him, you okay? Are your friends okay? He said, I think so. I don't know if all of them are. And, you know, he stood up, and I gave him a big hug, and told him I loved him, you know, just make sure he's okay. I know it had been a terrible ordeal for him, you know. I mean, 17, you're going through that kind of stuff, it was crazy.
You know that some people didn't make it out of that high school. How grateful are you to see him here standing, being able to have a conversation with us?
Oh, I'm absolutely grateful. I mean, that's the first thing I said. You know, prayers go out to those families that weren't as fortunate. You know, I mean, I don't know what I would have done if it would have been him. You know, it would have been a real bad deal.
Without identifying the shooter, can you tell me what you make of what you've heard from your son, what you've heard from other parents about this particular shooter? What's your understanding at this point? I know it's really early on in this investigation.
Well, I'm absolutely infuriated because I had to deal with the school district, with him, with getting bullied. I had to go up there multiple times. And, you know, I told him, if you're not going to do your job, I'm going to tell my son to defend himself. And that's what ended up happening, and the bullying stopped. You know, and to hear that these coaches are bullying kids and calling them names and stuff like that, I mean, I'm absolutely irate. You know, that's why I came up here, you know, because, I was bullied too, you know, and that is just...
Jeremy, I want you, if you can, give our viewers a sense of Santa Fe, Texas. I've been down here for stories plenty of times before. You grew up here, from my understanding. What kind of community is this? And when you hear about what happened at that high school, how is this community reacting?
Well, I mean, it's a tight-knit community, you know. I mean, I'm sure we'll all pull together and, you know, support each other and just try to get through it best we can. You know, I've been here 33 years, and like I said, we'll pull together and just support each other in any way we can. I mean, that's how we do. I mean, anytime anybody has an issue, we have benefits, stuff like that, to help families out.
Well, I I can't thank you enough for your time. I am so happy your son is okay. Thank you for sharing your experience with us. Melanie, Art, as you heard, though, that is what we're seeing here outside of the Alamo Gym just down the road from